What the fuck is up, Kyle? Alright, welcome to day 2 build update. This is probably day 3 or day 4. I don't know. I did a 15-hour stream. It's fine. So, we're level 88.5. 5.2k life, res capped, good stuff's going on. Our gems hit level 20 today. I got 2 clay shapers, so that's the main difference from yesterday's build, which was more specter focused. Today is carrion golem focused finally, so we can have up to 5 golems. I'm on a 5 link now, so let's just go run, I don't know, let's run a Mesa. That's a good map. Show you what we're doing while we go talk about it. Ellie Reflect, that's probably fine. My dudes are mostly fizz. We're up to 82% house completion as well, so that's going well. But basically all we did today was map like crazy and farm a bunch of new gear, get my carrion golems maxed out. As you can see, their spiky attack things are everywhere now, which is pretty funny. They have so much AoE. I don't have a link to AoE or anything, it's really dumb. Yeah, we still just kind of cruise around and then randomly we'll convocate our minions to us. And if we need more DPS, we'll drop specters or use bone offering or flesh offering to get some more burst deeps out of it. Haven't really had any issues. I've gone all the way up to, I think I did a red map today, like a T11 or T12 map, I think, and didn't have any issues there. Most of my deaths, for the ones that I do have, are all just random one-shots. I've died in a random white map, to a random rare, I've died to occasional bosses. Metamorphs, I haven't really had any issues with. They tend to just die. Because I have so many minions on the screen. Like when I summon a full army of minions, which I'll show you when we get to the boss, I end up with like a 60 plus minion army, which is pretty great. We also discovered that slave driver specters, which are those lightning tendril minions that you're seeing, they're ridiculous. You can get them in Act 5 control blocks. This is an Ellie Reflect map, so they're dying, but like they're pretty goddamn strong, even with just like spell echo linked to them. So I've been enjoying those. They were clearing for me most of the day until I got both my clay shapers, which I dropped both myself, so that was kind of cool. And then we got a primordial or anima stone and a primordial might from the other people in the league. So here's our full minion swarm. Can't even get it all out before he dies. Plus the specters. So 34 plus 10, what, 44, 49, 58 plus 3, 61 minions at max cap. It's real dumb. Everything fucking dies. Let me go ahead and summon the Metamorph real quick. I'm not gonna have the vaal skeletons for this one, but that's okay. Sure. Yeah, you just kind of pile up a bunch of minions, get your skeletons out, and then you just let it die. And if I had 40 plus skellies going, this would die a lot faster. But they're pretty smooth. I've had no real complaints with the minions, or the Metamorph whatever the fucks. My only complaint so far with this league is picking up all of the green bits is getting old. We're only on like day 2, 3, whatever, and I'm like tired of picking up 30 plus things every map. It's just not fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the skill tree. It's more or less the same as yesterday, so I did Uber Lab today as well. I got Plague Bringer, but this was Normal Lab, Merc Lab, Normal Lab, Cruel Lab, Merc Lab, Uber Lab. I've noticed that this is actually not up all the time because you don't always have a corpse, so if you forget to like desecrate in the boss, you don't get that buff. So make sure you have a corpse nearby or you might take 10% more damage from what you should be doing, which is kind of problematic. Other than that, it's basically the same skill tree as yesterday. I just filled out all the jewel sockets and then dumped jewels in all of them. So the path of building will be linked in the description if you want to see the skill tree. I'm just going to go ahead and show the jewels. So this is life mini damage if you used a mini skill recently. Life mini movement speed, a little bit of chaos damage. We have an anima stone here for +1 max golems, and then once I get 2 more primordials, I will have 6 golems total instead of 5. I have 1 primordial here. What else? This jewel is, let's just show that life mini damage and life mini damage, life regen to minions. If you don't have these stones, it really doesn't matter. I didn't have them for most of today and it's perfectly fine. I have 4 with just the 2 clay shapers, which are like an alp each. So if you're in a trade league and you can't get these because they're expensive as fuck, don't worry about it. 4 minions is more than enough. 4 golems, I should say. Other things, slave drivers are pretty broken. Let's see if I can get mine back. I have learned that you cannot, if you have echo socketed with your, whatever they're called, specters, it won't let you summon correctly because it'll try to echo the cast of your initial summon, which is problematic. But yeah, you can hold A to corpse target, and then you can summon your specters that way. Let's see what else we can talk about. Links. So my 5 link now is carrion golem. So I'm using carrion golem, minion damage, melee fizz, multi-strike, and brutality. So they're just massive fizz damage spikes with huge AoE. They're basically using ground sim all the time, which is pretty good. My 4 link for raised specters. If you're using the slave drivers, which again is from Act 5, you can go out of Act 5 town to control blocks. They're right in here. Just find them there, the desecrate spam in there, and you'll find some. But they're linked to raise specter, feeding frenzy to make them aggressive, minion damage, and spell echo. Oh yeah, speaking of aggressive, I have minion damage here. If you don't have the anima stone primordial jewels, this thing, primordial might, this makes your golems aggressive. So if you don't have that gem yet, jewel, sorry, use feeding frenzy here instead of minion damage. So it'll be carrying golem, feeding frenzy, melee fizz, multi-strike, brutality. Other links, we have raise zombies linked to feeding frenzy again to make them aggressive, minion damage, and maim. Because I have 10 of them, I thought that maim would be better. I might put maim on my golems though, because they attack at way longer range. So let's just swap that out. There, maim's on the golems now. Otherwise, it's the same. Other links, we have desecrate, clarity, flame dash, and flesh offering. This gets you to get corpses if you need them. Flesh offerings for minion damage, basically. Flame dash for ledges, clarity for mana regen. We got a vaal haste up here for burst damage and giving all of our minions movement speed more or less. Convocation to bring them to you. Generosity to boost your vaal haste. And then we have summon skeletons on a 3 link linked to melee splash and minion damage. This is basically just a generic for when I want to swarm things with vaal summon skeletons. It's just a nice little 3 link for extra deeps. Other stuff, we have a granite flask with ignite, quicksilver with movement speed, basalt flask with freeze, instant poison, and a bleed flask. And I'm using Soul of the Brine King and Soul of Slotha. This is for lab trials in maps, because I don't have that much life regen, so I just kind of can AFK in the trial to get my life flasks back. It's really handy early league if you don't have much tank and you want to spam flasks in those trials. Just use this and it's done otherwise. Other than that, if I wanted to use a different one, I don't even know. I'd probably use this with immune to poison and swap this poison out for like shock or something. If you're stun immune, you could potentially use Soul Lunaris or Soul Solaris. They're both pretty good. What else is there to talk about? That's about it. I don't know. The next goal for me is to fill out my Atlas more. I've killed a couple of these bosses. I think 3 watchstones now. 1, 2. I thought I had 3. I must have lost 1. I don't know. They're kind of cool. They die really fast because they're only white tier. They die faster than the Metamorph bosses I've been fighting, basically. The new Atlas is just really confusing to me. I don't fully understand what's happening because once you upgrade out of your white maps and you use the watchstones, it makes all of these things like higher tier, and you already have them completed because you did them as white maps, but you don't have any dropped. So you have to then farm your tier 5s from your first set of like white maps, tier 1 to 5, and then hope you get your T6s that you already have completed. It's just, I don't know, it's really weird. I don't know if I quite like it yet. I don't fully understand it yet, so that's probably why. But searching the Atlas regions is kind of cool. It gives you a reason to do different maps. Like if I wanted to farm whatever this boss is, I could just do these maps. I've done a couple of the league bosses. These things, I've noticed that eyes and brains seem to be more rare than the rest for me, at least. I got a bunch of lungs, a bunch of livers, and a bunch of hearts, but I only have 3 brains and no eyes. I can't run any more bosses until I get eyes. These are pretty cool. That's when you go into the lab and like spawn an uber boss. But they feel the same as the map bosses, and this arena is really cramped. So like, I wish that this was bigger, because you don't have that much room to dodge. And it's like, it spawns a lot of shit. So if this was bigger, that would be nice. If in maps the enemies were more spread out, the Metamorph enemies, because they're all just a big clump, and you can't interact with them. It's just like, you can either DPS the whole blob, or die. You have no other options, and I don't really like that, personally. What else did I not talk about yet? Gear. Here's my stash, if you're curious. X, 4 Divines, 1 in all, 70C. I'm an SSF, Group Silence Found, whatever you want to call it, so I'm not spending chaos on anything yet other than rerolling maps. But yeah, we have 2 clay shapers, my helmet's life resist, amulets life resist dex. This is life resist dex strength. This is still a rarity ring, 69 rarity now, because I'm kind of using it to MF. I have 80% rarity, which is helping me find more uniques. Chest piece, I got the 5 link as a drop, and then I just used a single essence of greed on it to get the life roll. Pretty simple to craft, and just threw a res on it afterwards. Belt, life resist, Stygian life resist. This jewel is more minion damage, fizz damage, because my minions are fizz damage based. Life resist here. I have a Command of Winter enchant, which is nice. I need to get a helmet enchant for carrying golems and a boot enchant for life regen if hit recently would be ideal. There's a decoy. What is it? Commandment of Reflection, I think, to make the decoy of yourself when you're hit. Decoy of yourself. Just spawn like a copy, which would be pretty good. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just cruising. I might try to 6-link a chest at some point, but I haven't found any good chests that I want to 6-link, or any unique chests that I think would fit this build yet. But yeah, here's all the pile of garbage that I have so far. I got a Starks, Kiaras. What other notable drops did we get today? A couple Elder items. Some of the new influenced items are pretty cool. Poison to inflict deal damage 40% faster. I got Triad grips. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. I'm basically just keeping every decent rare that I pick up and then giving them to people who need them. I made all of my tabs public for this league so that the people in this league can like look for items and find stuff out of my dump tabs. So that's going pretty well. I'm being able to feed people and they're helping feed me with whatever we need. Okay, here's another one of the cool influence items. I don't even remember which one of these is. I think it's the blind on hit is the influence. I don't know. A couple more. These things are pretty cool. Max mana, and this one's fizzes extra lightning. I really like this prefix because you can get movement speed, life, and then extra elemental damage as a prefix, and then you can get your triple resist. This is a really cool like set of boots mods, so that's probably going to be pretty popular to go for. Anything else noteworthy? I don't think so. I got a bunch of oils that I don't know what to do with. A bunch of these catalysts I don't really know what to do with. I've gotten 3 blighted maps. I haven't ran any yet. I haven't done Naziri, 15 offerings, 1 Elder Fragment. I killed the Purifier, that was pretty easy. Some essences, I got 1 horror, bunch of div cards. But yeah, nothing too crazy is going on yet. We're just kind of grinding and trying to fill out the atlas, which is slow as hell. I don't know, it's more engaging than it was before because I don't have to like buy maps or anything, but flipping the watchtowers and trying to get the new maps to drop is getting kind of confusing. So let me know what you guys are having issues with, or any issues or complaints. I just repeated myself multiple times. If you're having any issues or complaints about Metamorph League, please leave them in the comments. We'll try to have some kind of discussion there. Or if you want to just come out, hang out on stream and talk to me there, that's fine as well. I'll be streaming again probably tonight or tomorrow, but I gotta edit some videos. I've been trying to like clip highlights of the SSF series as we go, or SSF experience as I go, so that I can make like a highlight reel of the SSF stuff instead of just the VODs, which I'm also uploading. So this stream of today will probably be split into 2 different parts because it's like a 15-hour VOD, and I don't think YouTube will let me upload a video that long. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out. Thank you all for still watching my content, even though I was gone for like 6 months. It feels pretty cool to be able to just like kind of pick up where I left off, and there's still people here to watch me, so thank you for that. That's really cool. We'll work our way back up there. It's just gonna take time and effort, which I'm doing, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Other than that, I will see you in the next video, or on the next stream, or on Discord, which is in the description of this video as well. So is the path of building, if I didn't say that, and the VODs and stuff. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. That'll be me out.